Obviously, the top three guys that most people talk about is AJ, Fury, and Wilder. There's not enough space for all three of them. Which two or which one is going to get omitted? Which one's got to go?
There's only one Deontay Wilder. Gotta go, man. He's got to go. Listen,
How?
Man, until the Fury fight, everyone was just always saying this guy's just what? He just beats up on bums, basically. Look, yeah, it's great to have the Fury on your legacy fights. You know, that's all great. But the fact of the matter is still this: he got beaten all three of them. First of all, and second of all, he hasn't really got a proper signature victory. Don't bring old man Ortiz into this story.
Mm-hmm. Why?
I just told you, don't bring old man
Okay.
Ortiz into this.
What did he do to your Charles Martin? But anyway, Riddler, let's hear your side.
You know, again, this is a rarity, but I have to side with Maverick on this one. And I did warn you about this, Silas.
Surprise.
I did warn you about this, Silas. There'll be a time when we look back at history and we can say, what did one do, and does resumes matter? And here we are. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it does matter. And Wilder will have to go. Knocking out bums for 3/4 of your career does not cut it, my friend. And it's time to pay the piper. It's not enough. It's not enough to keep him in there. Him hogging onto the WBC champion, having the championship belt for that duration of time and not actually fighting credible opponents. He has to go.
Listen, unfortunately, I'm going to have to disprove you both. You know, Deontay Wilder is the most exciting boxer in the heavyweight division, right? We love, for the same reasons that you lot are saying, we love a guy who, you know, he's down on the scorecards, but we know that there's going to be a bang or an explosion at any given moment that's going to change the fight. You know, we've seen him, you talk about bums, right? We've seen him smush people that AJ has smushed. Yeah. We've seen the most recent being Brazil. We saw what he did to Brazil. You know, that was excitement. When was the last time you saw a fight, that lasted less than 3 minutes? That was so exciting.
Are we allowed to answer?
No, that was a rhetorical question. Okay. So that being said, Wilder's clearly he can't go. Fury is top of the hill right now, isn't he? Like, I'm not going to lie to you. He's the man right now, isn't he? So he's got to stay. But unfortunately, AJ is just like, who is he? He's like, do you remember in The Wire, Omar, he had this brother apparently called No Heart Anthony. That's AJ. He ain't got no heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him run away from movies. Okay. We've seen him try to outbox Usyk, trying to be the golden boy, trying to play it safe.
Okay. Nonsense we are hearing. We're hearing nonsense. How can you call a man who went in there with a guy who Wilder ducked in Klitschko, old man Klitschko, and you say no heart? And the man, he went down, got up and said, you know what? I'm going to win this regardless of the pain I'm in. You cannot say there's no heart. This whole no heart business, I think, is just a false narrative in terms of, okay, yeah, he has a few bad performances, now he has no heart. That's BS.
Agreed. Second of all, if I can add Maverick, he's had moments in his career that are legendary. First being Charles Martin when he obtained his first belt. Ever since
legendary. Would you say that's a bit of an exaggeration?
Not really, because it just depends on what side of the fence you're sitting on, my friend. Meaning, if we're going to bring up the Hatton thing in terms of fan base, a hardcore fan base, to sell out Wembley, to sell out the O2, not once, not twice, consecutively like that, with his fan base, even when he went over to Vegas and he fought Ruiz, you can't deny the guy. He's arguably one of the best to do it.
That's such a contradiction. Firstly, when you say when we are going to bring up fan base, we didn't bring up fan base. Maverick did, and you argued against it. Now you're trying to use the same criteria to back AJ.
Yeah, no, I'm not using the same criteria. I'm conscious of how I mentioned it as well, because what I was trying to tell Maverick is that he was big over him. But AJ is big
Like,
worldwide, and that's a fact. If you look at his fan base, even in America, he's big.
there's a bit of a draft. There's a bit of a draft, mate. Do you mind closing the back door?
Yeah, all right then, mate. Anyway, moving on. I'd say, yeah, of course, if you have to compare resumes and legacy and the whole package, Wilder was an exciting fighter fighting tomato cans, Silas, and that's a fact.
Oh, Fury's at. Anyway, we'll be here all day regarding this. Listen, next chapter, undisputed champions. Yeah, we got 3 big names. We got Canelo, we got Crawford, we got Usyk. We can't have all three of them in the chapter. Which one's got to go?